months before I made a decision to actually go down that route. So Tea Styles started, I think, 2019. I'm saying I think because I did not create months before I made a decision to actually go down that route. So Tea Styles started, I think 2019. I'm saying I think because you guys, I can hear myself. Ripple, can you hear me? Okay, it stops now. So Tea Styles started. I did not literally. Oh, I can hear myself again. Please let me know when to go ahead.
Talk again, let me hear. Is this still there?
No, I can't hear myself.
Okay.
So I keep saying that everything concerning Tea Styles started not by my doing, because my friends were the one that gave me Tea Styles as well. My friends were the one that opened my Instagram page. I didn't know anything. They gave me the password, and then I think that was how Tea Styles started. But professionally, I think I started 2019, 2020. I really can't picture because it started all as a joke. It wasn't an intentional act. And I think that's all about that. Yeah. Because if I have to keep talking now, I'll probably start answering questions I've not been asked.
I'm so sorry. So I'm getting a lot of calls. I'm streaming, so that's why I'm trying to cut calls. But I basically heard something that stood out to me. I think since we started, everybody's been like, oh, just find your vibe, find what you like, and
I did not like it.
I the only one saying I did not like anything. No, I don't
like it.
Yes, and that's really nice because I think that's another thing that can be misconstrued. Like a lot of people believe genuinely that they must like whatever it is that they are doing, right? Or whatever it is they used to do part time. Like, oh, I must like to code. If I don't like to code, I cannot learn it. Or I must like banking. If I don't like banking, I cannot make a living out of it. I think that that's not true. A lot of times people learn things because they see a future in it, right? And I think that's what you did. And I'm so grateful for your cousin that used to do hair because now you're one of the pioneers in hair. It's you're on every bridal booking at every different point in time. But I understand what you mean by makeup is a bit saturated, so to speak, right? I get that totally. So I wanted to ask that, what do you think is if you were going to talk to someone that was going to start out in the bridal hair industry, the person is just new, fresh off the boat, no clue, no idea, nothing, what is it that you're going to tell them? How do they begin this?
I think one thing that has worked for me is not doing everything, but doing everything at the same time. Now let me kick that off. Not doing everything, but doing everything. So I remember I started doing ponytail. I don't know if you remember that, Rebo. I was always doing a lot of ponytails at the time. I know that I was always doing ponytails with natural hair. And then after that, I started doing bun, a lot of bun, either big bun, small bun. And then after I stopped doing bun, not like I stopped, but it sort of took a pause. And then all of a sudden, I started doing sewings, micro lengths, tapings, and all of those things. So what I would generally say is start. You will never get it even when you have it in your head. I don't know if that makes sense. You cannot know exactly what you want to do or what you find interesting until you start. So every makeup artist, for instance, you probably learned from somebody to start, but you did not know if you were, you didn't know the routes at which you were going to go. Some people do musical production, some people do bridals, some people do home calls, party guests and all of that. So if you do not start, you will not know exactly what you're going to fall in love with. Does that make sense? You really will not know. You need to start and do something first And then over time, you can now branch. You tend to know, oh, this is what I think I like. Oh, I don't think I like this. So I think whoever is starting first should please start. Start. Yeah, I think.
That makes sense. Like actually saying you should start, because I've read somewhere, like did I read it? I don't even know how I know. But they're saying like if you don't test out certain waters, like you might never know what exactly it is that works for you, right? Or what it is
Yeah.
that you pick as your thing to do in life. So it makes sense for you to start out, try things. If it doesn't work, you try other things as well. That makes a lot of.
Absolutely.
What would you say is like has been like your biggest problem as a bridal makeup artist, or what are your, because it might not be just one thing, so feel free to share with us so we know that this is coming into what are the challenges basically.
A lot. Actually. Number one, I don't offer frontal as a service, right? So if you're coming to me and you say you want, so I have created a niche whereby I sort of know my brides and my brides know me, right? If you're reaching out to me for the first time and I'm asking you, oh, could you send a picture or a video of your hair? I can tell you are my bride and I can tell you're not my bride. So if, for instance, you reach out to me and then we are conversing and then I'm asking you, oh, is it that what do you want to do for your after party? And then the first thing you're telling me is, I don't have any wig. In my head, I'm like, this is actually my bride, right? Because you probably don't like wigs, you don't like your hair looking wigged, or you don't like a finish that would probably look wiggy, right? So my challenges will be maybe clients that don't listen. Clients that don't listen. There are clients that don't listen. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, they do not listen. They have their minds fixed on one particular thing, and that is what they want. But how I have managed that, it was a big of hard work for me when I just started. And like I said, you just have to start first and then you see where you want to branch into and be very sure of that niche. I remember when I first started, when a client brings a mood board to me, maybe a picture from another person's page. I remember vividly, I would tell them, kindly contact the original creator of the style. So that is how I have been able to manage it. I've also had clients that want a particular thing on maybe they probably want it all packed to the back or to the top or one row. And I'm trying to explain to you that I don't think this would suit you. I don't think this would flatter your face. So these are a few of challenges you'll probably have with clients. Also, clients don't read terms. Clients don't follow, like, for you to get clients that actually read terms is a difficult thing. So sometimes, even when you send your terms over, you have to still highlight some certain things. Oh, kindly check this highlighted, kindly do this, because they're quick to pay. And then once they make payments, that's it. But after payments, when there are like hiccups, and then they are telling you, oh, you didn't say this, you didn't say that. I said it in my terms. Do you understand what I mean? I said it in my terms. I think another challenge for me as well is it was a challenge, but now it's not a challenge because there are few bridal stylists in Lagos. I'm saying hairstylists. I'm not saying wig makers, but hairstylists in Lagos. And so sometimes they are they're bringing styles to you, and then they're looking. It will not work. Oh. It will not work. And sometimes they want you, you're a stylist now, you're a stylist now, you should be able to do it. It's not in my needs. I cannot do it. Do you understand? So I think these are just few points that I can take that are like challenges for me personally, as a business owner, someone that runs the brand, and someone that has decided to stay in one particular niche and not go everywhere, it's hard. It's fire.
Like, honestly, when you were talking, I was just like, I remember telling somebody that I showed someone your page once, and I was like, oh, she was like, oh, but I can't see any frontal. I was like, I don't think she does frontal. Like, I don't think you even need to say it's like, oh, I don't do frontal. I think anybody that goes through your work would see the kind of like hairstyles that you do, and you do it so excellently that I think it makes sense that anybody that wants frontal should go to someone who does frontal. Anybody that wants T styles should go to someone that wants that, should go to T styles. Do you understand? Like, it makes sense, and it kind of reduces the pressure to want to do everything. Like, you want to do frontal, you want to do locks, you want to do bridal sewings, like, and your sewing has like a special skill to it. Do you, like, would you say that it's something that you when you started, was it something that you figured that that's what you're going to be doing, or you just came as you went on and on and on? Because I feel like the first I can't remember if it was
a
like
wig.
19. Okay, so it was a wig.
It was a wig. It was a wig. So no, it just, I started, I don't know if I should call it graduating. I started graduating from, from one, and, I was saying it the other time that you have to start somewhere and then literally move on. Sewing was not what I started with. I just realized that over time, what I want, once I know this is what I want, this is what I think I want to see my brides and my clients in, I do it. And then I just find other people wanting the same service. I don't know if that makes any sense. Once you push it out, like I know how to sell what I want to sell. I know how to convince you. I do not have to talk. I say, oh, come on. I know how to actually convince you that this would actually look nice on you. This would actually look pleasant on you. This is the way it would be. And, because I do a lot of processes, there are so many sewings that you will see on my page. You would never think they're sewings. You would never think they are installed. There are times that clients will send some particular styles to me and be like, oh, I want this type of sewing. And then I'm telling you, it's not a sewing, that's I am. Right? So I know how to sell this market to you or to my audience. And I think that's how I kept going, kept graduating from one place to another. Because once I think, I like this, I think this would look nice. They are hairstylists and they are bridal specialists. These things are two different things. Okay, I think this would look nice on a particular bride. That would look nice on a particular bride. So I kept doing that. I kept trying it out, and it was working. I would try it out on one person. It would work. Also, clients that would bring mood boards to me, like, oh, I think I want to do this. And then I'm trying to figure it out in my head. You're a black person. You're bringing a white picture to me. How can I infuse this to actually look very similar to what you have brought to me? How can I infuse my spice? How can I infuse my style into this to actually make it look very nice for a black person? I think that was how my traditional sewing started, having mood boards of these white girls or white ladies, and then their hair can do all of these things, but our hair cannot do all of these things. So how can I then do that to actually suit your face? And then I started infusing sewings. I started infusing sewings to look like it is your hair. Yeah, I think that's it.
That answers the question. Thank you. Especially that part where you said mood boards with white people. Like, I can relate to it so much. I think that now things have changed in that there are now more reference pictures all over the internet of black girls on various hairstyles or on makeup looks. Do you understand? But I think initially it was just white people. They said, oh, I want this eyeshadow. It was always white people. Same thing with hair. Now that you're saying it, I kind of can imagine how difficult it would have been for you to recreate. And now we even have like really good hair on the market. Like, when you started, then how are you? Oh, you've tried. That's all I can say.
So the funny thing is, I started doing textures because I didn't find wigs to work with.
That's a question. Yeah.
I did not find wigs to work with, was why I started doing textures.
Yeah.
I remember vividly, I didn't know anything about sewing or ponies as much, because even the salon I used to work, I was always on the salon floor, but not always on the salon floor. At one point, I started being the wig maker there, right? And then after I left, I remember I would reach out to wig vendors to, give me wigs, or I would like to work. Are they interested in collaborations and all of that? And then I would not hear anything from them. So that is how me working with texture started. It wasn't like I knew that, oh, this was going to work. It was as a result of I lacked wigs. I lacked people giving me wigs. I didn't have anybody to, collaborate. And wigs were very expensive. Wigs are still very, very, very much expensive. So for a vendor to actually give you wigs, you must actually be, and at the time as well, number of followers sort of mattered. You don't have a following, you don't have a good following. How are you going to push their wigs as well? So it sort of made a whole lot of sense that, okay, someone would not want to give you wig, because what actually can you get? What can you bring to the table for them aside them giving you a wig, right? So it was like that. So I started doing textures because I didn't have any wig to work with, and then I knew my way around natural hair, relaxed hair, and all of these things. And I'm like, okay, why not start doing what I know how to do? And that was how textures started to work with me, or I started to work with textures.
Do you think that there's still like more space for innovation with textured hair, like in this industry?
In Lagos?
A lot, right?
Well, yes, absolutely. It's just you taking the chance and taking that step. So the thing is, there are so many ways to be confused. See, if you don't know what you want, you will be confused. You will do everything and not do nothing at the end of the day. So if, for instance, you're coming to my page, you cannot be confused. If you go down my page to 2019, all you would see is growth. But I have sort of not left where I am. I have always been here. So I did not leave. All you would see is growth. You will see the graduation, you would see me growing. You would see some things not look very pretty, and then you would see growth. That's all you would see. So what am I saying is, you cannot do everything at the same time. You will lose money. Me, if someone is coming to me, oh, I want to do frontal, I don't offer you guys this money. Have I not lost money? I've lost money like that. But because I know this is where I want to be, this is where I want to stay, this is the niche I want to maintain. Once you come to me, once you see my page, you will not be confused. You will not doubt. You will not doubt it. No, we cannot do. No, there is no reason for you to doubt. The only time you will doubt is, I don't see wigs on our page. And then you have room for doubt. Right? So I think there is enough room if you utilize it. You can't want to do everything all at the same time, and you think brides don't see it, or intending brides don't see it. Clients see all of these things. There are so many people that watch your growth. There are times you'll post something and then someone is probably responding and saying, oh, I remember when people actually watch this thing. They just probably will not comment or say anything. But at the time you it is big, they're going to tell you, they're going to remind you, oh, I remember when, I remember when they would always do that. So I think there is enough room if you utilize it well. Not everybody is going to do one particular thing. You don't have to be boxed because one person is doing it. You do not have to pursue that line. You can as well pursue your own line. And I also understand that there are things that people probably don't see money in it. Say, I don't think she works as much, or I don't think she makes money as much. because I don't do some certain services, which is very true. I will not make, I will not consistently um, be booked for natural textures because not everybody, even people that have natural hair, sometimes they will tell you, I want a wig. I'm like, can you see your hair? Can you see your hairline? Can you see the length of your hair? Why? Okay, tell me why you think it. And then they're like, ah, because my, you know, you're seeing other things and then you would be swayed. You would look at other things. But the act of saying put and try to invest in that thing that you think you know just a tiny bit of, it would actually take you further than you can ever imagine.
And it kind of makes a lot of sense because I was telling someone that I think some people are way ahead of like their time in terms of things that they do. For example, there are some makeup artists that I know that they've always done soft glam. Do you understand? So when soft glam became acceptable, like when it became the go-to for bridals, oh no, I want soft glam. Like it wasn't always the thing, right? So they were now right in the center of it because they always did it and they stayed there, right? Now, same thing with you because you've always done
Easier to pick up there. Easier to pick up from there.
You've always done this type of hairstyle. So now it's not all everybody saying, oh my God, I want timeless hair. I want hair that I can look back on in 15 years and I recognize myself and I look really elegant and I look, really classy and simple, So now you that you've been doing it like before it really became, a thing, you're now right in the center of it. And I think that's another way to look at trends, and that's why it's not advisable every time to jump on every trend. You kind of have to stay true to yourself at the end of the day, because imagine if you had jumped on the trend of this one to come 1 year again, there's something else everybody's doing, there's something else everybody's doing, there's something else everybody's doing. Like by now you know have been like number one for this kind of thing that you're doing. I think it makes sense. And thank you for staying put. We appreciate you. Okay, so to the next question, what are like some systems that you have in place that help you with like your bridal process, like from booking the client? Tell us like how you do that, what goes down, do you do consultations, like some booking, just like your booking process, basically.
Okay, so when you reach out to me for the first time, the first thing I'm asking is your date, just so that I can confirm the availability of the date and not just start conversing with you when I sort of know that I am already booked for a particular date. So I think that's the first thing. I ask for your date and then I ask for your precise location. Precise location is not Lagos. It's not Lagos. Lagos, there is Aja, there is Lekki, there is, so I ask for precise location as well. And then a package is being sent. After the package is sent, there are brides that sort of know exactly what they want. And there are brides that sort of have stylists to work with, right? So if you're a bride that don't know what you want, for instance, and then you're sort of like telling me, oh, so they always tend to ask questions according to what is being seen in the package. Oh, what does this mean? What does that mean? The first thing I tell you, if you're not sure exactly what you want, can you book a consultation? And then before you book a consultation, I always ask for vivid videos of your hair in natural light. No Snapchat, please. In natural light. That way, I can tell the state of your hair. I can tell the texture of your hair in natural light. I can tell what I think will work for your hair or not, right? I also ask for, so while I ask for the vivid video of your hair, I always tell you to pay attention to the perimeter of your hair. That's your hairline, because I know brides that would reach out to me and I would actually recommend that they go with a frontal. I'll tell them to go to a frontal specialist. Why? Because you don't have hair. I can only work with your hair when you have something to work with. That's your hairline. Your hairline is your base, and if it's not there, there's sadly nothing I can do. So I ask you to book a consultation. during your consultation is when we determine what might be suitable for you. We look at the preferences. That's your preferences. We look at the options of your event being an indoor event or an outdoor event. There are styles that will never work if your event is an outdoor event, actually. Major styles would work if your event is indoor, but some styles will never work if your event is an outdoor event. I also sometimes ask for your fitting video, what your outfit looks like. A lot of the time, you might think this would work, but when you look at your dress, it would fight. Your dress would fight with your hair would fight with your dress. It would not work. There are times that, so if a client is coming to me, for instance, that says she wants her hair laid down, like let down, and you sort of have some drama going on your dress, you have like stones, or you have like, things that could pick on your hair, right? I'm going to advise to let go of that hairstyle. Why? You would feel uncomfortable. And then your event is an outdoor event. You would feel uncomfortable. Your hair would pick on your dress. You would sweat. Your hair would be matte at the back. You would be uncomfortable. Comfort is key when I'm trying to like advise clients for their hairstyles. Comfort is like very key to me. I'm asking you what I think, why I think. I'm asking you what I think should be asked in terms of all of these things, just so that I can get into your brain. So also over time, what I've also gotten to realize, I tell clients to please send me as many mood boards as you have, or things that you like. Why? Because some brides don't know what they want, but they know what they don't want. Right? So if you tell me, oh, I just want it clean, all my works are clean, for instance. All my works are clean. But there are some that are low bond, there are some that are high bond, there are some that have face framing pieces, there are some that are let down, like Hollywood curls and all of that. So if you sort of send me hairstyles that have let down, like mostly let down, I can tell the things that you like. If you're sending me a clean bun to the back, that is as small as something, I can tell where you're going to. So that way, I have gotten into your brain. I can then advise you because I sort of know exactly what you want and things that you like, right? So I think that's basically the process. And then once the decision is made, and thankfully, brides actually trust my input on these things when I talk to them. I don't think this would work. I think you should be more comfortable. I don't, there are clients that will say, oh, they want their natural hair alone and all of that. And there are some that will say, I want my natural hair. Your hair is natural. It's going to go back. Especially when you're in the sun, it's going to go back. It's going to revert back to its natural state. So I don't think this would work. So I think over time, with experiences with other brides, there are times that you fail at these things, there are times that you pass at these things, but the times that you have failed at these things are the ones that will then perfect the other times to be able to advise better. And and best believe not all brides will listen to these things. The ones that don't listen. The ones that listen, I'll be blessed with the most amazing people that they sort of listen to my advice, and that helps.
Thank you so much. Like, your explanation has been perfect. Like, I think that a lot of conversation goes into bridals, and it's so nice to hear that hairstylists have I feel like, yes, I used to think it was just us, but all these little things matter. Like when you were talking about the clothes having drama, and then the hair as well, or it being an outdoor event, also the time frame, or how the texture of the person's hair is, and you're advising them not to do certain styles so it doesn't revert when it becomes humid and all of those things. You have to put into consideration things like the venue, the dress, the accessories, the texture of their hair, of course, then their personal style, right? And I don't think that's what people see. When people come to your page now, they're just going to see the style and just be like, oh, she made this style for this
so
woman.
many things are going to that. So
Yeah,
many things.
behind
So
the
many things.
yeah, the thought process is very, very deep, and I'm happy. I hope everybody is picking something from this. It's very important to talk to your brides. Find time if they are not in the country or if they are not able to come for physical consultation. Do you insist on physical consultations, Ireti, or like
No, so no, I don't. I don't.
okay, so
I
some
don't
of them
insist
them
on
on the first day of their wedding day.
no, I don't insist on physical. So, like I said, there are brides that sort of know exactly what they want. So sometimes I can tell that this one, she knows exactly what she wants. And so I don't push further. And also bear in mind that even when you share a mood body with me, for instance, your face is different. So being able to like tailor a particular look to a bride is key. And I think that's where also the consultation comes in. So I don't insist on physical consultations because I can sort of see you, I can see you virtually. We are good that way. I can see your length. I just tell them to like keep their hair off cornrows so that I can sort of see what the texture of their hair looks like. When I see, I know. I also know that natural hair all reacts the same way. Do you understand? So I sort of can tell that, I think my hair would revert. I'm telling you that I don't think it would revert for this hairstyle because I know my way around it. So consultations are quite very important. But like I said, I don't force every other person on consultations. Once I can converse with you and I know that you know exactly what you want, I don't push it. But for other people, I tell them, please send this, please send that. I think you should book a consultation. Let us see exactly what your hair is. Let me see the length of your hair. The length of your hair is also important. You don't want face framing pieces and your hair is as short as this. It's not going to blend. It will not end. No matter and I don't use products a lot. I don't use a lot. Like I don't use crazy products. So no matter whatever technique I'm about to use, if your hair itself, which is the foundation, my foundations are not the foundation is not the cornrows that I do for your sewing. That's not the foundation. The foundation is your hair. Your hair itself is what would provide me with what I want. If your hair is back, say you don't have hairline, your hair is further back. There's really nothing I can do, especially if I'm about to frame your face. If I'm to frame your face this way, your hair has to it has to be in front so that I can put my sewings, for instance. I can lay my track there. But if your hair is there is no magic I can do to bring anything there. Do you understand? So consultations are very important. Consultations are very, very important. Very important. You don't want to be shocked on the day of the wedding.
Like amazing talk. I think I've seen situations where they've converted the bride's hair like on the morning of the day because they got there and decided and realized that she didn't have as much front hair as the hairstylist thought. And it was like I was looking at them like, wow, are we really changing hairstyles right now? So we changed hairstyles. It was so dramatic, but eventually came out really nice. But I'm just saying, like, if we had probably seen on video call or something, I think all of these things would not have happened. So the preparation, right? And then I wanted to ask about like your marketing. How do you make sure that your brand Tea Styles, how do you make sure that it stands out in the Nigerian market? Like, what are your secrets?
Really? God. And I'm going to be very honest with that. I'm going to be very honest. Also, when I started, I know when I started, I wanted to be known for something. Like when I knew that I wanted to do a lot of textured hair, I knew I wanted to be known for something. And that thing was before and after. Because now, even when I sort of create content now and I post. The engagement is not even that insane as much as when I post the process. Because that way you can then see that, like, is this exactly what went into this air? Sometimes I also don't know exactly what I have done until it's time for me to edit. And I'm like, well, this is crazy. Do you understand? So my market, okay, so aside from being God, I also put a lot into my content creation. If it is not clean, I am not putting it out there. Like, if the light, this is the studio, literally. And I'm trying to see if I can turn my camera. This is all the light there is here. That's literally all the light there is. I don't use extra light except it's for bridal jobs. Natural light gives me what I want, everything I want. I don't shy away from my strands showing, because even if you see strands, hair is hair. You would always see strands in your hair. Do you understand? You would always see strands, except the hair is probably plastic or the hair is heavy. That's when you would not see strands. But you would always see strands. So I don't care about you guys seeing anything strand or anything, because your hair would also always react like it is. So for marketing, I think it's just having solid content. Sometimes I'm on a content for a week, 2 weeks, trying to edit. If it is not perfect, I am not putting it out. The content itself is good. Sometimes it might be songs. If I don't get a perfect song to a particular mix, I am not putting it out. So you have to be very intentional about things that you put out. You have to be very intentional about the people that you sell your market to. Clients see themselves in your craft. Clients can see themselves in your craft. Clients know that this person would actually work well with me, would work nice with me. Do you understand? If you realize, a lot of my clients are like, how do I explain it? They don't want too much. They could survive in a ponytail. They are good. And that's because they can see themselves here. Clients with so much, drama and all of that, they won't see themselves in my chair. So I also think that with the type of content that you push out will then make clients say that I can see myself in this person's chair. I can relate to this person's content. So your content does a lot to you. Your content can travel your brand from point A to point B. It's so big a deal. Like, it's a big deal. Your content should be your big deal. It should be a big deal. You don't have to post content because you think people will think you are not working. It's not. Sometimes people don't work. Oh. Sometimes people sleep in their houses. It does not, like, don't care. Try and be very intentional. I have been very intentional with my content. I have always been very intentional with my content. You don't see some certain things. If it is not clean, if it is not precise, if my contents are not clean, I think that's the word, clean. If the content is not clean, it's not me. I didn't put, maybe someone stole my phone and posted it. I did not post it. Do you understand what I mean? And also, even getting to make a good content would also come from whatever process video that you have done. You don't do a process video that is like everywhere, like everything. My girls know when I am trying to record a client, everything has to be off. The surrounding has to be everything. Like, I don't want to see a thing, because one thing I've gotten to realize is when you put content together, once there is something to take people's mind off your content, they will take it. They would take it. People, that's the way human beings work. Like, Once they see a distraction, now their eyes are off your content. They are looking at the distraction. So me, I don't want to create an avenue for distraction. I don't want you seeing any distraction. I need you focusing on my content alone. Do you understand? So I think that's my market strategy. My content is, I've never done sponsored ads. I think I've done sponsored ads just once. I swear to God. I have never done sponsored ad. I have done it once. It didn't work. And I stopped doing it. Number one, I started having issues with bank one-to-one thing. Then they told me to link my page with Facebook. I have never done sponsored ads. It has just been the content pushing itself. I promise you. You will not see my content, my sponsored ad anywhere. I've probably done it one time. I don't remember doing sponsored ad twice. And that one time was sort of like a trial. I didn't like what it was giving me. You just realize that everybody's following you. You realize that everybody, like, it was just messing up a lot of things for me. So I stopped.
I now see where you started with God being your marketing strategy. That's amazing. Like that you've not done sponsored ads. Like, I'm shocked. And I get, like, I get it, because I can sleep on your page. Do you understand? Like, I can just be like, So I get, like, that you are putting so much effort and so much time into the content. You are being very intentional about what goes out there, like controlling the narrative. There are a couple of things that you mentioned. The first thing being that your content basically helps you choose your clients. Like, your content can create a client base for you. The kind of content that you're posting is kind of people that will come to you, the kind of people that like your content. And that makes sense, because, and that's also for someone here, it means that as much as possible, try and look at your content or show people around you that can give you positive and, respectful criticism. Is that correct?
I have someone that checks me.
Yes.
Shewa checks my content.
Oh, that's nice.
Shewa checks my content. When I'm having a difficult time creating the content, and I think there is something off. Something is off. Like, I put so much mental, what's it called, into my content. It's not just about content to me. It's not just I want to show them. That's not it. Once I see that this content is off, it could be the music, it could be the mix, and I'm thinking in my head, what is off? And the minute I still don't get it, I'm sending it to Shewa. Shewa, there is something off about this content. And once she sees that, okay, I think it's this song. Okay, I think it's so crazy that she will tell me, I think you should move this particular content forward and take this, like, clips, move this clip back and take this forward. And it might just be that one thing. And it might just be music at the same time. I think you should change your music. I think it's the music. And sometimes I also realize that I overthink these things. So once I send it to her, for instance, and then she says, "You are overthinking it. I'm posting it out." So you need to find someone that you trust enough to love your business as much as you love your business, to care for your business as much as, and someone, I feel like someone also in the creative space where it's not, you're not just sending it to your sister, right? Sometimes I send it to my friends as well. What do you think about this content? So I'm telling you, in a nutshell, content is not content for me. I'm not putting anything out just to, beautify my page. No, that's not it. I'm putting it out because I am sending a message to somebody that you should actually be in my chain. So it is important that whatever it is I'm pushing out is being pushed out exactly the way I want it pushed, right? So you might also have someone you send your content to. It's not you overthinking things. You just need someone to always check you and check your creative space as well.
That's impressive. Like, and it's such a nice thing to have someone within the creative space, to help with that. I can testify, and it's really beautiful to see, like, the friendship and the community that you have. Also, so I wanted to also ask you that, do you have any plans, like, no, first of all, the first thing first, what are like the streams of income that are attached to like being a bridal hairstylist? Like, for example, as a makeup artist, you could be a makeup train, you could have a training school, you could also have like a product line, you could also do like what else again? There are other things. I'm sorry, I just blanked out. But for example, in your own industry, what are these streams of income?
There are training schools as well, but I think my own thing is, if you're training me, know exactly what you're training me on. Do you understand what I mean? That's key for me. So there are training schools that you can make money through trainings. You can expand through training. Not everybody is a trainer, right? Also, there are extensions. I heard people make a lot of money from extensions, right? There are also, what again? Aside bridals, salon activities as well. Salon activities. There's always someone coming in saying, "Oh, my hair is in a bad shape. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that." So, and then what else? There are so many others that I can't pin my head on. There's so many others that I can't pin my head on. But
I think just honing on that salon now. How do you feel? Like, how do you manage your salon alongside your bridal bookings and all? Because now we know weddings are every day in Lagos. Like Monday you can have a bride, Tuesday you can have a bride. Like, so how do you manage salon bookings as well?
So my studio at the moment is strictly based on appointments. So I sort of know, yeah. So also I sort of try to like keep my Saturdays free from morning till around 12, 1 p.m. That way, even if I'm doing anything, I'm back I'm back from a bridal appointment or anything like that. So I run a strictly based on appointment bookings at the studio for now, because I also do not want to be accessible for everybody. Like it's something that doesn't work for me. I sort of would like to be mentally prepared that somebody's coming. I want to not you just budging on me or anything like that. I'm trying to grow a team. Maybe when that happens, we can have all of that. But for me personally, I run the studio strictly based on appointment.
That makes a lot of sense, honestly. Even the mentally ready parts, like just having people working. I don't know, people that do full-time working, God is their strength. Like you can wake up and you don't know what's going to come at you that day. It could be like a mad flow of clients or nothing else. I mean, so that's also something I wanted to ask. So thank you for clearing that up. Another thing I wanted to say to ask about was like, what is it about like the servicing a bride that gives you like the most pleasure? Like, what is every time you do a client, what do you look back on and you're like very happy about?
I think everything, and I think it's like that for every creative as well. When maybe for me, it's the finish because I sort of know where I started from in terms of like now I'm talking about individually. I'm talking about this particular bride, for instance. I know exactly what I hair was before we got to where we got to. So when I see the finish, I'm very excited, especially for brides that bring styles that are not things that probably maybe done. I know for sure that I can do this thing when they show me, right? But maybe it's a new thing for me to, try and all of that. And bear in mind, I don't stop learning. For every difficult style that is being brought to me, sometimes I practice. Sometimes I practice because I don't want to take so long on a particular bride. I can't be spending 4 hours on a bride. So I need to be sure that, okay, this thing, I know it's in my head, but let me be sure of the angle I can take this thing, to make it faster for me on that particular day. So I think what genuinely makes me happy is the finish. When everything comes together, the hair comes together and the makeup comes together, the dress is on, and then you just can see everything work so seamlessly together. Because if the hair is bad and your makeup is solid, you cannot be solid. Hair makes such difference that even when your makeup is solid and your hair is bad, it's going to affect that look. It's not like the dress is pretty, the makeup is pretty, hair can just, no, it's going to affect it. So I think what makes me genuinely happy is seeing my work finished, and I'm happy with, yeah, just the conclusion generally.
You think that you'd ever go into like the retail aspect, like maybe retailing, you start selling your own hair, for example?
Yeah, actually, maybe, yes, because I like textures. It could be kinky afro, like the kinky toy, those ones. Yeah. For now, I provide extensions for my clients. That's the kinky straight extensions. But that's the one I provide for now because that's the one that gives me the names that I want, right? And for me, it's not about the money. It's about the joy and happiness that comes with, oh, this is actually very good. Do you understand? Once I see my work, everything mix, all of this comes together. Like I said, if you are providing extensions for instance, and the extension is not solid as well, it would ruin your work. It would actually ruin your work. It's not magic. It's going to ruin it. So I think I would at some point, but I just need to get that part very right because I am all about the blend. If it is not either you're doing a kinky curly or you're doing a straight, raw straight hair or extension or all of that, because our hairs are not silky. Nobody's hair is silky. Let's be honest. Nobody's hair is silky. So if I am not getting that much, I don't think I want to, go down that route until I actually get what I want.
And I remember there's this one of your clients that you did. I think it was Michelle, Miss Universe, and I saw that you had pre-dyed her wig to match her hair color. I think maybe her hair is like color 4 or something, like one of those lighter browns. I saw it and I was like, oh my God, the precision of this, like just
No, I am very intentional. I am actually very intentional. Like it's crazy. It's obsession. It has to. If I'm not getting that blend, I feel very useless. I'm going to be very honest. Like air to me is what I eat and what I drink. Sometimes I attend to clients and I am happy for absolutely no reason. I will get home happy. I will sleep happy. The next day I'm saying sometimes I do such a good job. I'll show my mom. Ah, Uma. Do you understand what I mean? So air is not air. It's not just the name to me. It's about beautifying, enhancing this person, enhancing this client, making this client see herself. Like if your hair color is not going to match the extension, we are going to dye that extension. I'm not going to overlook it and say because it is at the back, nobody's going to see it. I don't work like that. Because the thing is, if you think nobody's seeing it, someone is seeing it. Your work should be a walking billboard where somebody sees it somewhere and they are asking, who did this? Who did that? I had a client 3 days ago and then she told me, so she realized I've done almost all our friends here for their weddings. It is just like that because it's a circle. These friends, they are in a circle. They keep going round and round and they sort of ask questions from their friends. What do you think about this vendor? Sometimes they will ask who stood out the most for you during this. You just think it's just nobody's going to see it. If you don't post it, nobody's going to know. Somebody is going to know. It might not be you. It might not be people that follow you on Instagram. Imagine someone posting your work randomly and another person just coming to see it. And then because you didn't post it, they're thinking, oh, because it's not nice, you did not post it. Yes, that's it. People think for you. People will think on your behalf. You have to be very careful. So I am so detailed and so intentional about things that go on my brides. I don't overlook things. I don't overlook the tiniest little thing, like a strand. I don't overlook. If you see a strand pop, the strand is supposed to be there. Just leave it the way it is. Do you understand what I mean? So yeah.
Amazing. Basically, you just said your work should be like a working billboard for you, because yes, that thing makes sense. Because if you notice, most times one person, you do makeup for one person, next thing you're doing for her sister, you're doing for her cousin, you're doing for her mom's
Yes.
birthday. It's because it's around, like it's literally around. And that's why I always say, like, whenever you're doing any job, anything your hands find to do, you have to do it excellently well. That's like the only thing that you
You're not
can
in
do.
love. Just stop.
Just don't bother yourself. If you
Just
cannot do
stop. Because it will show in your work. The love you
yeah,
have for your craft will show in your videos. Like it's like you're watching a plant. It would show. You're going to see it. People are going to see it. People are going to see it. They're going to see how much love you have for your craft in your craft. If you don't show that much love to it, it is going to show. It's a video, no face to it, but your hair can talk, not talking, but it can actually talk. Like you have put so much love into this thing for it to actually be what it is.
that makes sense. And it's such a very great advice. I really hope someone here takes it and works with it. You being obsessed with your work, you being particular, you looking for the mistakes yourself to make sure that this thing is done perfectly well. Not them even showing you, this place is not right. You'll be like, no, 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 I saw it, but let me no. Perfection as much as possible. Do the best you can for every client, and your work will come like your advertisement. Tea Styles now, she's not running ad. Guy, some of us, we know what our ad budget is. I'm still constantly fighting with my GT bank and my now I've just gone down the road again. They say it's great finance that is working. This is not a sponsor that. So like your work can speak for itself, please. Even in this industry, even in any place that you are, your work can stand out and your work can speak for itself. Because Tea Styles work stands out. Like even this kinky straight hair, like the only one I ever knew before I knew your work was the one that Darling was selling. Do you understand? Like I didn't know that there was a human hair version of the kinky straight hair. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's only that synthetic version that is inside that Darling pack that I knew about. So I remember the first time I saw it, and I was like, why is this thing straightening? Like, why is it not burning? Do you understand? Then after a while, I figured out, oh, it's probably a human hair version. I never knew about it. I feel like a lot of people don't even know about it. They know just bone straight, wavy, water colors, or they don't really know that texture that you use. Like you're the one that made it popular to me, anyways. Like I don't know if other people have other views, but that's like my own view. And it's really amazing that you've done that. So what innovations like have you noticed in the industry and in the hair industry that you can point out, oh, this thing is new and it's exciting and it's probably going somewhere? Anything new that has come in the last years that is exciting and new? Like
No, so I think for anything I know in my head, it's always been there. It just needed some set of people to like push it out. For instance, sewing has always been there. It never left. It just disappeared into thin air due to the fact that, people always have something different. We would come, closure, frontal, all of these things would come into place and all of that. And then after a while, people started getting tired of working with frontal is too big a problem. It's too much of you have to tie your hair down and all of that. And then all of a sudden, people started coming back to what they left. Sewing never left. You guys left it. Do you understand? You just made it good. Do you get? And then they started coming back. And that's something about staying true and I think originality. Like you said, it would always be there. It is always there. It's not like people don't see it. They see it, they probably don't pay attention to it. But what I try to do with everything that goes up on my page is I am telling you that pay attention to it. I am putting it in your face so that you can actually see that it is there. Do you understand what I mean? And I think that's also a way to like market yourself. People don't pay attention until you push it in their faces. Like, can't you see this thing? Do you understand what I mean? So I think these things never left. People just left them. And then all of a sudden start coming back. Like having sewings for your wedding, for instance. I could have a sewing done on a client and it would produce me 3, 4 looks. I just know my way around these things. I know how to like tailor a particular bright mood board to just one sewing. Do you understand what I mean? It would give me a let down curl or a Hollywood wave. It would give me what's it called? A French roll. It would give me an updo with maybe side framing pieces. It would give me all of these things. So it's just what you can do with it generally. What can you do with these things that are here? These things are here. What can you bring out of it? What innovation can you bring out of it? It's not about sometimes it might be here and then if you don't have anything to do with it, it's just going to act like it's not there. And then nobody's going to see it. Do you understand? Before it was born, it looked like born was the thing, and then it looks like it is timeless, it is very nice, it is very beautiful, it is clean. And then all of a sudden people started going, leaving bonds and then doing detailed bonds instead of the very clean one. So it never left. Or maybe it just never came to the Black community. It was all with the white. And then somebody had to start, thinking of, oh, this could actually work for this person. This could work for this set of people as well. Let us try this thing. And then it wasn't like we went anywhere. It's not go.
Basically, now everyone, Ireti has challenged us to look around us for existing things. Like, no need to say, oh, innovation, nothing new. Basically, just using what sense. Yes.
I feel like I've come and yeah, it's even tapings have always been there.
I never. I just saw one girl's TikTok, I think like a year ago, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so interesting.
Tapings have always been there. Microwaves have always been there.
Wow.
It's just I've been, and so even in Lagos, there are some looks that you cannot do because these are humidity.
Humidity, your hair will bunch up.
Yeah, so don't bother. So I think that is why we probably don't see a lot of these things here because this is a factor. Yes, it's not good for us. But outside of the country, you see all these things. You see them. They never went anywhere. They are not new things.
Like when you just said tapings have always been there, I just remember one old film that I watched with Regina, what's her name? Regina Hall, I think, that she had done her tapings, then one of it fell on the bed, and then she woke up and was trying to hide it before the man woke up because he didn't know it was not her hair. I just realized now that that was years ago. And yeah, it didn't occur to me that that's a taping. I don't know what I was thinking it was. Oh, yes, that's taping. Wow. But is this something that you think you would explore? I know you do it already. I've seen it now. Abby? Have I seen it?
Yes, I do. I read that in a service.
Okay, that's
it. I actually read that in a service.
Okay. Do you take interns? Do you do trainings for people right now?
No, right now.
Any training ever?
No, I did one, I think 2019. I'm not sure. I did a clinical class. Yes, it was a long time ago. I think 2019 or 2020. But sorry, I'm on the meeting. I'm in the meeting. Come in. Sorry, just a minute.
No problem.
I just lost my train of thought.
You were talking about the training, and I was saying, is there something you're working on in terms of training?
Yes. Oh, I'm coming, please. Did you tell me you were coming today?
Sorry, guys. 1 second.
Trainings, not now, not right now, if I'm going to be very honest. Not right now, but maybe much later. Because I personally as well, I'm still trying to perfect my crafts. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
I'm still trying to perfect. I am not that person that would, push things out just to make money.
Yeah.
Do you get it? I need to understand what I am doing first. That's okay. I could actually pass this on to another person. So yeah, not right now.
So before I round it off, because I'm just going to ask you like 2 or 3 more questions and then we're done with your session. Does anybody have, if you guys have any questions for Ireti of Tea Styles, please prepare your questions down or put them in the comment section so that we can address them. But Tea Styles, personally, I wanted to also ask you how you deal with pressure because you're working in a high pressure industry.
I don't do pressure. Don't worry.
Very soft girl, like please.
Do I look pressured to you? I don't do pressure. If I'm going to be very, very honest, I don't do pressure. I think I can't say at a point I was never pressured or I didn't feel that type of way. But the minute I understood what exactly I wanted to do, what I wanted my niche to stand for, the people I was trying to get, like the people I'm still trying to get, people I am marketing my product for, I stopped feeling pressure. There is no pressure anyway. I am good where I am. If I think I want to branch into something else, I would on my terms, without anybody, without me looking at anybody to think, oh, I want to overtake this person. Do you understand? I will not put myself in that situation. Because what happens when you're pressured is that you're probably looking at another person to grow your own. You are looking, I mean, there are people that would, that are like people that you look up to. That's a totally different thing from having you being pressured that this person is doing this thing. I can't do. See, you just die. Honestly, you will just kill yourself. You're not sleeping well at night. Why? Because you think it's growth. It's gonna happen. Work with what you have. Be very consistent. Don't confuse people. Don't confuse yourself. The minute you do all of these things, if you are not confused, you are very certain of exactly what you want and what you want to take out of your brand. I promise you, you will thrive better. If you want to block people, block people. So that, yes, I'm going to be very honest. If you want to block somebody, block somebody. If you don't want to see this person, this thing, or follow this person, see, I feel like pressure, you bring pressure on yourself. It's not like pressure is sitting down somewhere, pressure is going to, no, you're the one that is going to drag pressure. Try as much as possible to stay in your lane. Be very intentional about what you want. Look at exactly where you're going to. Like, you don't have to do what other people are doing. Because what happens when that other person stops doing what they are doing? Then you're going to crumble. What happens then? You're going to crumble because the person you're looking up to has stopped doing what you think you can work with. It is not your brain. If you're copying me, for instance, now, if I stop putting out content, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because I have stopped, you have to stop too. Because I have paused, you have to pause too. So please, pressure is not in my dictionary, if I'm going to be very honest. I see people, I'm happy for people's growth. I see somebody, I'm like, this person is really growing a lot, But feeling pressured to get to where that person has gotten to, the person walked though. The person really walks. And so you have to work your own work as well to get to wherever you're going. And your goals are going to be very different. Even when you copy somebody, even when your goals are going to be very, 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 very different. So yeah, I think that's
amazing. Thank you so much, Ireti. Like I learned so much. Look at my notes. Don't worry, I'm going to to highlight it and add it on the replay so that other people that are watching it can also follow through. So we have come to the end. You guys, while your questions are being prepared, because I believe you have questions, because this tea styles, like, I don't want to believe you have a free session with Ireti of Tea Styles and you don't have questions. So while your questions are being, we have this little game that we always do with our speakers. And today, just nothing, don't think too much, just answer it and coming to you, okay? So what's your favorite color?
White.
White. I think I know, because your birthday shoots. Okay, no. Was it white?
I'm always wearing white, yes.
Yeah, every year. You stay consistent.
White.
Then tell with kids.
Oh, whiskey.
Staying indoors or going outdoors?
Sleeping indoors.
Okay, so music or movie?
Movies. Movies actually.
Okay. Describe yourself in one word.
Solid. I'm very solid. I'm a very solid person.
I like it. Solid person. I like it. Do you think you're a morning person or a night person?
I'm a nice person. I'm not a morning. See, bridal job. I'm always thinking about my life.
Every time I talk to a bridal person, be it hairstylist, and they say I'm not a morning person, I'm like, so how are you in this profession? Why are we here?
When I wake up, I'm thinking, who sent me? And then the next thing I'm thinking, you collected the money.
You will enjoy this morning. Stand up. And you have to have full conversations with people once you wake up. It's so dreamy.
You have to be very bright.
Yes, you have to be. Your demeanor has to be happy. You're the first person seeing bright most of the time. You guys even get there.
We get there before you guys. Yes. So your energy has to be. It has to match.
Wow. And you're a night person.
Nice person.
Okay. Did you have any hidden talent?
I talk a lot, and I make jokes a lot. That's the funny thing. I don't like to talk. Yeah, I play a lot. Is that a talent? I play a lot.
Well, it is, eh? It is a talent.
And I throw back a lot. I'm always throwing back, always banter.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one. I think it was that Idol's party that I heard you in your.
I'm always happy.
Well, what's your favorite app on your phone?
IG. I'm always on IG. I'm always online.
Wait, do you use TikTok? I don't think I've seen you on TikTok before.
I do. Now I'm trying to get my voice over in check so that I can get on TikTok because I think that's the money app.
Yeah.
Get on it, you guys. TikTok is not song. TikTok don't like songs. You have to be able to talk.
Yeah. Like I think that TikTok is interesting. Like every time I post on TikTok, I get so many views, so many comments. I'm like, this Instagram is like, I think I'm gonna leave this app for you.
All are very disrespectful.
All are very arrogant. It's not Instagram. That app.
Arrogant people.
Yeah, I think you should definitely get on it. And even your process videos, people are going to eat them up because they love seeing.
I would like to do that.
Yeah, they really appreciate like the processes on TikTok, minus the final event. Like they like seeing what you did, how you dressed up, or how you woke up. You know, like BTS basically. Like I've noticed. Anyways, so what's your favorite way to treat yourself? Like you want to be a baby girl after work? What do you do?
I love to sleep.
I thought everything is really giving 30 plus. Like why?
Hey,
Pamper treatment.
No, I sleep. I honestly sleep. I find so much joy, and I think this is also as a result of my home is a home. I'm always very excited to go home to my mom. So yeah, so once I'm done, I'm either at work or I'm at home.
Or at home. Like we know Ireti.
I don't like my friends force me to be out. I don't really go out.
Well, like that. That's amazing. I mean, I think when you have a very solid home as well, it helps. Outside is even expensive. outside is overrated and it's too noisy in this Lagos to be
When
fair.
you save one set, money.
10,000, 20,000. Okay, so
Okay.
free food or free data forever? Which one?
Free food.
Or free data forever? Which one?
So the thing is, my mom cooks really well. So
I
I'll be
know,
very
I
good.
know.
So I think
This
I'll
day
take the data.
for like mom made stew for her. I was like, say your mom will not be
Yeah,
my mommy like this too. Let her be making
yeah.
stew.
I think I'll take
So,
free data. I have food at home.
look at that bragging right. Oh, wow. There's never food in my own house, so I can't even lie. So the last question now. What are 5 things that you would not leave your house without? 5 things.
I won't leave my house without shaving my hair. Even though it's full now. I won't leave my house without a bag, without my phone, my power bank, and what? I think that's all. My phone, my power bank, my bag. What else? A gloss, just a lip thing or something.
Oh yeah, that works. So there's a question for you. Let me read it out. It says, "Hi Ireti, thank you for sharing so much about your growth and how you figure things out. This was a real session. So my question is, how do you know when it's time to change this or do more or do something else? Also, I'm sure there were times where it seemed like it wasn't working. What were the specific challenges and how did you move past them to get where you are right now?" I mean, it's like a two-pronged question. Do you want me to read it again? We can't hear you.
Sorry, that was a mistake.
Okay.
I can see it. The first question says, how do you know it's time to change this or do more or do something else? So genuinely, I don't put a timestamp to these things, and I'm going to be as genuine as possible. I don't. I see something, I'm probably inspired by it. I want to try it. With all of these looks that anybody sees on my page has been brought by a client or I have thought through them. I like it. I want to do it. I'm going to do it. And I just find myself doing it and people requesting for it. I don't put a timestamp on, oh, it's time to change this. One thing I know that I do and I do so consistently, you guys, is making payments for classes. I pay for classes. I pay for classes every single time. I don't think 4 days ago or thereabouts, I think that was on Sunday, I paid for a sewing class. As crazy as it is, I know what sewing is. I can do it. I can do a good job. But I still paid for another class, you know. So I think when you start seeing your work as not just a job, as something you genuinely like I am obsessed with hair. I am obsessed with hairstyling. So whatever look that comes into play on my page is me doing what I love and what I think another person would like. Not because I'm putting my head that, oh, one has to stop now. Sewing has to take over. No, I have just, like I said, I have just found myself graduating from one place to the another, to another rather, not putting a time to, okay, this should run for a year or that should run for 2 years. If you do what you like, you'll find yourself growing into it. You would keep growing into it without knowing that you've gotten to this place. So please don't put, I don't think you should put a time to it or you should change anything. If you have to change something, maybe take a class, try and elevate your knowledge. This is very important. You cannot see, there are some things in the bridal industry that maybe services I don't render, I don't offer. But there are also some things that I know I offer and I know that I like this and I have fallen in love with this. I want to know more. I want to know more. And then knowing more just find as a way of, channeling another ground entirely to you. It's not about, oh, it's time to change. Another person has said, John, maybe I should change. See, you yourself. Genuinely, honestly, I have just, I have graduated. I have not left. I have not changed anything. If I have changed anything, or if you have seen any change on my page, it will be growth. It will not be me changing anything in total, And then also, I'm sure there were times when you see that she wasn't working. Yes. Yes. And I think it was when I decided to go full time into textures. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I want to work with kids. I don't think I want to even tell people that I work with kids anymore. Right. I had a talk to see, you can deceive everybody, you cannot deceive yourself. You need to have a talk with yourself. You need to be sure of exactly where you want to see your brand in coming years. One thing I know made me, made my decision quicker for me was when I started thinking, oh, there are ones that have done it like 3 years back, 4 years back, and they still look very solid. The difference is different. And I'm like, I think I want to see my bridal frame in 5 years and be very excited because nothing has literally changed. Because the thing is, the way wigs are being done, it changes every single day. The way, say, frontals are being customized, for instance, it changes every single time. But your airline, it will not change. Your airline will not change. You understand? And so I just left it at that. Okay, I think I want to work with people's airline more, people's air more than going the wig route. And I had challenges where everybody does wigs. And so who are you to say that it's just natural you want to? Who gave you the rights? Do you understand what I mean? But it takes a solid state of mind. Very solid. I promise you. It takes a very solid state of mind to say, this is where I feel comfortable. This is where I am happy doing. I don't care about what another person is doing. I think I am happy here. This thing gives me so much joy. The minute you start checking these things out, like you're ticking your boxes by yourself, you will know where to stay. Like I said, if you think this person puts so much pressure on you, unfollow if you can. If you think this page triggers your mental health, do what you can. Stay clear. Do you understand? If not, you will keep getting triggered. And one thing this thing will do is it will make you sad because you will always feel left behind. You will always feel left behind. You will feel like this person is thriving, this person is going forward, this person is climbing this ladder, and I'm just here because you are there, you're just sitting and just looking. The only reason why I can grow so much in such a short time is because I am liking myself. I am loving what I am doing. I am obsessed with my work. I fall in love with this thing every time. I look at brides. I look at clients coming for sewing. And after the sewing is done, I'm like, can you see your hair? Can you see how good you look? I am happy. So you can only make your client happy when you have so much happiness in you, and then you can pour to them. You're not just doing it for the sake of, oh, let's collect the money. I am doing it because I want it to look a certain way on their head. Do you understand what I mean? I want it to look a certain way on their face. I want it framed in a certain way. This is how I like it. This is what I think it suits. This is what I think. Oh, we're trying to imitate your hair in the best light, and it looks nice. The blend is seamless. This is black. I am happy because I have seen it. I have seen my thoughts come to reality. Do you understand what I mean? So it's not, once you see that something is not changing, something is not working, try to ask yourself exactly what is not working. Why it is not working? Why is this thing not working for me? Is it because I am looking at another person and I am running the race of another person? Take yourself back. Calm down. Sit down. think about it. Because, see, like I said, if you don't love what you're doing, it is going to show. It might just be air, it might just be makeup. But if there is so much love poured into it, you're finished, you tell the person watching that, this person has done this thing with all of their hearts. There are times that I'm doing a client and maybe we are rushing and they're like, this is okay. I'm like, it's not okay. Hold on. I am begging you to sit down because I think it can actually look better. I can see it in a different light in my mind and in my brain, and I am begging you that please calm down. Let's just quickly finish it. I am touching your hair. All these things, you know what I mean? So it's not, if you find anything that is not working, like I said, ask yourself, you would move past it by the time you have a same conversation with yourself, with you, not with another person. You cannot deceive somebody. I mean, you can only deceive people. You cannot deceive yourself. Because at the end of the day, even when you ask advices around, you're just going to sit in your room by yourself to make the decision by yourself. Nobody's going to make this decision for you. You're going to have to make this decision by yourself.
Thank you so much, Ireti. That's basically like it's such a profound. And I wanted to ask you for final statements, but I don't know if that's like it's just like sitting with yourself, asking yourself questions. What do you want to do? Also, intentionally avoiding pressure, like intentionally blocking out people that maybe you find yourself looking at them, trying to compare yourself to them, or envying the results of their own hard work instead of focusing on your own work itself. All those things are really important. Also protecting your mental health, making sure that you are doing things that you actually want to be doing, not what every other person is doing, right? Thank you so much, Ireti. Do you have any final statement before we close?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I think what I would like to say is, and I think I've said it already, be very solid with your mind, with your thoughts. Be very solid. And one thing that has always worked for me, because our work is very spiritual. I don't know if people understand how very spiritual this work is, either hair or makeup. You meet several different clients every single time. Say brides, for instance. This is one of the biggest days of their lives, and they have chosen you, they have trusted you with this thing. And they are thinking that, oh, this person would actually bring 100%. And then you are going there to mess up. Do you understand? So why I said this is very spiritual is because a bride sends a picture of another bride that you have probably done their hair before, and they're telling you, oh, this is what I want. Bear in mind, this person has a different facial structure, for instance, different length, and you're supposed to tailor this look that they have brought from another client to you, and it has to look like. But this person doesn't have the face of this other mood board that they have sent to you. But you have to. So growing into this craft, I remember vividly when I just started, and I would always be scared. I would always be scared, like touching a client. I would be so scared that I was going to mess it up. I was going to ruin it and all of that. And my mom would always say a word of prayer before you start. Because this is somebody's big day and you cannot mess it up. So in all, I think you should put God first and you should also be grateful. You should also be thankful. You should always be thankful. Sometimes I look at my page and I cannot not be thankful. Like just, God, I'm grateful. God, I'm thankful. Do you understand? Just give thanks so that another door will open. God will help you. So I think that's it. Be solid, be very intentional. If it is not something you want to do genuinely, don't do it because it would show. So I think that's it.
Thank you so much, Ireti. So we want to play into game. Over to you, Ella. Still stay on the call just for our giveaway game.
If people are not giving me money, I don't know what I'm still doing. Give money. No
Thank
matter.
you, Ireti. Thank you so much. I was actually the one that asked the question in the
Oh,
chat
really?
box. Yeah, thank you so much. So there's a trend going on social media, girl to girl, whatever to whatever. I'm focusing on the girl to girl now. This session feels to me like girl to girl. You're just telling us, be solid, be
Okay.
intentional, this, that, and honestly, it was like real. Like there were a lot of things that you said. I'm like, this is just real. That's all I could like, that's the word that just kept coming to my mind. Like this is just real. So thank you. That's the summary
You're
of my
welcome. Thank
speech.
you.
And something that I think that you didn't actually explicitly say, that I feel like I want to explicitly say, is that I have a good support system. Like have a support system.
My
You've
parents
mentioned
were.
exactly.
My
You've
parents
mentioned
were. My friends were. Yes, actually.
like you mentioned your parents, your mom, like on a steady. I can't relate. You mentioned your mom, you mentioned your friend that you send something to, and then she's like usually there. Like this is something that I'm like, okay, have a good support system, no matter what line and everything. And then just do things for you, like take away the noise. Like there's noise around, just like ignore the noise. So that's the things I really, really got. And I want to say thank you. This session was very insightful, was very real, like I said. And guys, this is the part where you show some love, okay? Show some love, guys. I know, because I'm sure people were listening. People always listen. So, like, let me see those reactions, guys. Guys, are you people sleeping? I know it's Saturday, but okay. Yeah, so that's the energy. That's the energy. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you
Juweni
guys for
says
asking
thank
me.
you. Lati says I learned a lot with plenty teas. Exactly, we did learn a lot. So now there's a trivia about you, Riti. Yeah, people cannot just come for this. I don't want to like No, there's a trivia about you, and it's for us to know if people actually paid attention and people actually know you, like went back to like research. Okay, if I'm coming for a conference, it's like people said the people, and let's see. People should not just win free things. Are you guys ready? So
Stay
today's the
ready,
final
guys.
day, and I'm rooting for everybody. Okay, don't worry. Rooting for everybody today. Tomilayo, I got you. Okay. All right. So 3, 2. Hold on, guys. Let me get the questions. I've dropped the questions. Okay. Remember, answer at once. Don't break your responses. Rashidat, I said don't break your responses. I'm sure you're even listening. Guys, okay, I'm waiting on just a minute. When it's 1:55. Today is the final day. So this is when you should be excited to win. I'm so excited. And I'm not even won anything. So you people,
I can bet that number two question is scaring people because why is it silence? Normally everybody's like, what's Instagram to that? And everybody is just quiet all of a sudden. I don't understand.
this is the first time. Oh, these questions are not even difficult. Oh, this is actually the first time that people have not dropped things already. So it shows that whoever wins this one, there's dollars for you. Because this one everybody's quiet. Okay, guys. Few more seconds to go. Few more seconds to go. And that's it, guys. That's it. So let's see. So hi Ricky. So these are the questions that we asked them. Tea Styles specializes in bridal hairstyling, braiding, textured textured bridal hairstyling, frontal bridal styling. I think the answer is C. Am I correct?
So I think the answers are C
Okay.
A B.
CAC.
CAC. Yeah, CAC.
CAC. I'm not supposed to win this thing, but okay. I will dash it. Wow, Francis got it.
Oh,
Okay.
someone got it. Francis
No,
got it.
yeah, Francis actually did get it. Oh, Francis. Francis, I think you've won something before, but I'm rooting for you still. Ah, who says CCC? Wait, what? Abisola?
Wow, please, that you people.
No,
Don't be
no, because
breaking
of
my
the
heart.
hair. She just used the idea like this is the
Don't
answer.
be
This should be
breaking
the
my
answer.
heart.
All right. Well done, guys. Francis, congrats. Day 5 winner, Francis. Congratulations. Congrats. Okay. Thank you so much, Ireti. Thanks for coming. We loved having you here. We learned a lot. Plenty teas. And I personally wish you all the best, and I'm sure we all do wish you all the best in your endeavors. We are rooting for you. Don't worry, those that have texture there, people like some people, maybe not me. We'll come. Don't worry, we're getting married soon. We'll come and meet you because. So I have a question. Though I just realized I had a question and I didn't ask it. Right? I don't know if you don't mind, but like, is your haircut part of branding? No, it's. I'm sorry. I forgot to ask earlier.
Oh no, it's not.
Because I think I like the idea of
This is
why are you
now. I
into
don't
hair, but
know.
you don't like your hair. I like the idea of
Cause
I will feel cool if I'm gonna be like, nah, it's just something I like. Don't worry.
no, it's not. I cut my hair. I think it's been over a year now.
Okay.
I've not even worn a wig since then. So yeah, it's not part of brand, you know. It's
Oh,
part of me. I say it all the time. It's me first before any other person. You understand?
okay.
I
Okay, I
wanted
understand.
to do that myself, and I did.
Okay, I understand. That's cool. That's cool. All right. I'm sure you have other engagements, so you can stay with us if you want, and you can as well just leave. Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome, guys.
Guys,
Thank
show
you
some
so much
love.
for
This is
having
where
me.
we show some love.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you,
Bye.
Coco, for having me. Bye. Bye.
Guys, like I've said earlier, this is ADWR day 5 and 5th edition. Day 5 is a special day. I'm so excited. We've come to like the end, but it doesn't end here. Okay, it doesn't end here. People, there's a lot we've learned. Let's not just like take it just here and just forget it. No, let us actually utilize it. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. So one final thing, right? I want the first person to write ADWR5 without any write it like letter by letter ADWR5 without anybody interrupting your flow. You get to win something, and then we'll close. ADWR5. Let's see. It's so funny. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. I nobody has won this. Okay. All right. It's enough. Nobody can win this. Yes, that's the energy I like. That's the energy I like. So after this, I want you to win. Ah, okay. Because I saw somebody child do any. I'm like, okay, did she win something? All right. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. So with this energy that we have, I want us to go online, post about it, write what you learned. Let people know that they missed. That if they were not here, they snoozed and they missed. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. I had a great time. I'm your host, Ella Ololuwo, and it's been amazing. Like this has been amazing. Thank you so much for having me, Tosin. Thank you, guys. Nice to meet you, Dwayne. Nice to meet you, Latiliwa. Folashade, I don't know if you're here. Abisola, Tomilayo, Rashidat, Victoria, all of you. Thank you so much. Mwah. It's good to meet you people. Connect with me on social media, the diva_Ella, and don't forget, now, one final thing I just remembered, our sponsors, CPD Makeup, Revo Makeup, our sponsors, and these gifts that you guys are getting, a lot of you have won something. It's not for free, okay? So I want you guys to go follow Revo Makeup now, go follow CPD Beauty now, and then go to Business Beauty Business NG, drop drop screenshots that you have followed them. The first person that drops the screenshots in Beauty Business NG's Instagram DM is gonna get something. A beauty bag. It's not even like just a random gift. So while watching, guys, while watching, all right, all right. Thank you so much, guys. This is where I close the curtains to sing.
Thank you guys so much for getting to Triple this year. It's been amazing. Very tasking, very different from what I'm used to, but it's still been a blast. Please make sure you follow the Beauty Business NG on Instagram. We're a community trying to build the next generation of beauty business moguls. So we want to empower beauty business owners to become money makers, to become wealthy individuals within society. We also have a WhatsApp community. If you're interested in joining, kindly send us a DM on the Beauty Business NG and you'll be added. Also, the replays for every single session are available on YouTube. So you just have to go to my YouTube channel, The Revo, and go to the live session and go there and check out the replays. Like from day one, from Anioti to Jade Ogu to Karina SFX to Miriam, and now to also Tea Styles. We have every single thing that we learned on YouTube for your viewing pleasure. Again, thank you so much. It's been lit. God bless you. I really appreciate every one of you, especially you guys that joined every single day. Victoria, Tilewa, Polu, Sholakwe, Adiola, Rashida, Francis. There are a lot of people that are not here. Tomilayo, a lot of people are not here right now, but I know some people that were consistently joining. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right, and I really appreciate you guys coming. So now I have to go now. Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you.